I was really surprised. I really liked the KTM, which I didn't expect to like because I've raced my dad's KTM and I hated it. But I got on that with the kind of view of like, I'm never going to like this. And I absolutely loved it. And then I had to go on it twice just to make sure I was right that I did love it. When I've ridden them in the past before, they've always felt a bit skinny and maybe a little bit, I couldn't get the control in the corners that I could on other bikes. But with that, it just felt smooth and in control and the power was really responsive. So I really enjoyed riding that. The Yamaha 250 as well, I don't think they've done too much to it. It was really feisty. It was a lot feistier than I remember them being many years ago when I last tested them, and it's changed completely, so it's much daintier to ride. It's higher, it felt higher, and it's a lighter frame, so it was much, from my point of view, it felt much nicer to ride. I didn't get on with the Husqvarna so well, but that might just be the way they've come standard out of the box, and if there had been a bit of time to set up the suspension and a few other things, it may have been different. But I personally felt, from my point of view, if I was going to go out and buy a bike next year to race, I probably would have bought the KTM over the Husqvarna. Didn't get on with the Honda too well, but that might just be, again, a little bit of a setup issue. The power didn't feel as responsive as the other Japanese bikes, which was a bit of a surprise because I thought that might have felt a bit stronger. The 350s, I was really surprised about because obviously Husqvarna and KTM are under the same ownership now. But I felt that the KTM came across maybe a little stronger than the Husky. The Husky felt really solid. I didn't feel comfortable on it, and the gear lever was in a bit of a strange place, but that's just probably the initial setup on it. But the KTM actually, for me, again, stood out and was actually like a really good bike to ride. Really smooth on power. I think it's probably too much power for me. I wouldn't need 350 to race, but I know there are some girls and there's other people that I race with that do have those, so I could see the appeal of them. And I guess if I wanted to jump a little bit bigger, race a little bit more aggressively, I probably would have to go up to that. But I think for me, the 250 is probably the way to go. My favourite overall was the Suzuki 250. Jumping from what I race, which is an older version of one, onto that one, it felt so different. The power was really responsive, the suspension felt nice, the whole setup felt nice, so I think that's why that was the overall winner for me.